Okay, do I have to do it this way?
Yeah, it's great. Good morning, Maestro Wynton Marsalis.
Good morning, Maestro.
Fine. You? How's the weather there?
Not good.
No, it's similar here.
There's a lot of storm weather. How
We
you
don't
feeling
have
today?
storm. We don't have storm, but it's not grateful. It's really Christmas now in Mexico.
Yeah, man. I love Mexico.
Thank you very much. Maestro, let me introduce you with all the first big band for children and young people in Mexico. It's an honor that you join us today. And if you agree, we can start with the questions for sections. And after that, you can answer and talk with us all about the great music that is jazz.
Sure. Thank you very much. It's an honor to.
Thank you very much.
To meet with y'all and to talk with everybody and to meet with you. And thank you, Maestro. Thank you for all the efforts you take to teach young people about the music.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we start with Marcel. Marcel, can you open your perdón, ¿puedes abrir tu micrófono?
Sí.
Okay, I see him.
Hi, my name is Marcel. I'm 19 years old. I play the baritone saxophone. I started playing like 4 or 3 years ago. No, months ago, sorry. And my question is, if you, sorry.
Take your time, baby. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
Tomen su tiempo, tranquilas, chicas, chicos.
Yeah, it's okay.
What do you think of Pavel Loaria's big band?
What say? I think it's great. Magnificent. Es muy importante para los niños. And I love seeing y'all. I love to see all the young people. I scroll through the Zoom and I love seeing you all. It's inspirational. I see Aylin and David. I see Averill. I see Ashley. I see Gail, Maria Fernanda. I see everybody.
Yeah.
Luciano, I see you, Luciano. Camila, I see you. I see Roberto, Mr. Cruz, Emil and Julio. I think it's fantastic to get together to play the music. And I see Emil, I see Emmy and Julio. Hey, Emmy, Julio, I see y'all. It's fantastic. Diego was good, you know? So it's, I have very much respect for Prof. I love your professor. He's a very big person. Grande, muy inteligente, muy corazón, mucho corazón. My Spanish is muy mal. Mi español is muy mal, I'm sorry. Pero the sentiment, you know? So, yeah, I love him. I don't know him, but I love him because I see you all and I know what he goes through to make sure that musicians talk to you. And it's a big effort. So I have tremendous respect.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Camila and Daniela.
Oh, okay. Camila.
Sus edades y su instrumento, chicas.
Okay, so hi, Mr. Wynton. I'm Camila. I'm 15 years old, and I've been studying saxophone since May of 2022.
Well, hi, Mr. Wynton. I'm Daniela. I'm 10 years old. and I have been studying saxophone for 1 year.
Well, my question is, how do you think jazz can influence and help us as children and teenagers in our development and education in life?
Okay, first, how do I think jazz can help you as teenagers and in your development? Well, jazz is a music that has three fundamental components, three fundamentals. Okay, first is improvisation. And when you're a teenager, you are on your way to adulthood. So you question many things. And sometimes as a young person, you become like everyone else. Everyone is selling you the same products. People want you to act the way they act. Well, improvisation teaches you that you are fine as yourself. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to wear certain clothes. You don't have to follow trends. When you can improvise, the improvisation makes you think about, how do I really feel? And as a teenager, it's very important because you're still growing. It's important to consider, how do I feel about these things? What do I think about things? Well, that's the first, jazz. The second thing of jazz is a rhythm and a concept called swing. And the swing is, how do we play together? So yes, you know, you are you're 15, you have your individuality, but I think it's your sister, she's 10. So she too has individuality. So just like when I look at the screen, I can see half of your face and half of your sister's face because you all share a screen. Swing teaches us how to share space. It's very important skill as a teenager to learn how, hey, I have rights, I have things I can do, but let me listen to other people and let me see what they are doing. And our music is a rhythm, the swing rhythm. Like a lot of Mexican music also has a 3 rhythm against a 2 rhythm. So it's the odd and the even rhythm comes together, okay? And the third thing in jazz is the blues. And what the blues teaches for teenagers and for everyone is sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes you have a very bad time. Bad things happen. But the blues teaches you to remain optimistic and positive in spite of bad things. And it teaches you that without telling you to pretend like the world is a cartoon or a playground. But it teaches you to keep a resilient attitude, a good attitude. Okay, these things happen, but I can make it better. But it can, so it's optimism. I hope my language is not too difficult to understand. So those are 3 things that jazz can teach, especially for teenagers. Now, and the other most important thing is, jazz is a music that always leads you into adulthood, because you're a teenager, even for a 10-year-old, you're always on your way. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for your, now I see both of y'all. Thank you for your question. All right.
Well, my question is, did classic music or other genres can help you now playing jazz?
You know, every genre helps every other genre. Like, it's the more genres you understand, the more it helps what you are doing. It's like to be able to cook many different types of food will help whatever food you are cooking. To speak many languages, if I could speak Spanish, hey, I would be talking to y'all, I would be in there, but I can't. But if I could speak English, French, and German, I would be much closer to Spanish. So, you know, every genre helps you. But also understand that to become good at a genre, you have to concentrate on it and focus on it. But all the genres are related.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Thank
much for your
you.
beautiful question. Muchísimas gracias.
And now we have a new trumpet player,
Oh,
and he's 8 years old.
8,
8,
ocho.
ocho.
Oh,
His name is Julio.
Niño. Oh, Julio. Okay. ¿Cómo estás, Julio?
Bien.
Pregúntame.
¿Qué es para ti Second Line?
What is
Second
for
line.
you second line? Yeah.
Okay, a second line is a parade in New Orleans, where I'm from. And in the parade, there is a group of people behind the band who dance. And when those group of people start dancing, the band is the first line, and those people are the second line. Now, mainly in second line, we play a march. So I'm going to play the rhythm of a traditional march. So it's like, but in second line, we put an accent on the second, fourth beat, and we play in a double time. Sounds like this. And we play the music in a ragtime type of fashion. So if we're playing, I don't know, any traditional music, we play it with a certain feeling. Like if we play "Oh When the Saints," do 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 dee do 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 dee do 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 dee dee do 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 dee do dee do 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 dee do 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 dee 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 do 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 dee dee do dee da do boom boom. So, you know, even though you're 8 years old, you can still double notes up. When you play the second line music, where you hit one note, sometimes you can hit two. So if I say do 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 dee, do 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 do, sometimes I'll double a note. So I'll say do 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 dee, do 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 dee, do 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 do. I'm gonna show y'all a basic rhythm. Okay, if you clap on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. That's a basic rhythm we play in New Orleans. Da 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 da. Okay.
Yes.
And he wants to show you how does he play second line at first, and what does it mean, that sound?
Okay. Okay, that's the trumpet call. So if you march in the street parade and the trumpet goes, do do dee down, all the people go, hey, do do dee down, hey. So even if you're playing a solo, you could be going do 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 dee do dee dee do 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 dee do 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 do. Lood lood do do podole do hey doodle hey do do po pe do po de 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 do 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 de do 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 ba do do de do 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 po po diddle diddle do podole do hey podolo Do, 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 bo, dee. So that's the trumpet call. You got a pretty good embouchure too. I like the way you were playing that. Do, do, dee, do.
Great. And now his brother, Emiliano.
Yes. No. My name is Emiliano. I have 10 years old, and I studied trombone hmm, 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
My question is, who was your experience studying and playing music with your brothers?
Well, my brother was a great musician, is a great musician. So the one brother I grew up with, who was kind of the same to me in age, I learned more from him. I loved my brother. When we were growing up, we were playing always in parades and at gigs, and my brother could learn music very quickly. So because he's older than me, he would always teach me songs, and I would notice how quickly he learned things. And one of the greatest things, the most fun for me was that we grew up playing all the time. Now later, my younger brother played trombone. I have five brothers. So I had a younger brother play trombone. He's maybe 3 or 4 years younger than us, so we didn't play with him as much. And then I have another younger brother that's 15 years younger than me. So by the time he was born, I was almost away from home. But he plays drums. But it's always great fun to play with them, mainly because they can play. Not just because they're my brothers, because they can play, and especially my older brother, who I play with the most. I always love playing with him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for your questions.
Thank you. And now she plays the uku bass because she's tiny, and her name is Maria Fernanda.
Maria.
Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda. I am 10 years old. I'm studying the uku bass last year on April. And my question is there any question that never they ask you and you want to answer?
That's a good question. Let me think about that. I think the question I always want to be asked that I don't get answered is, what is my favorite instrument? And my favorite instrument is the baby bass. I love the bass.
Okay, thanks.
I can't wait to hear you play.
It will be great. It will be great. Next, he plays the trumpet too. His name is Santiago.
Oh, Santiago.
Mucho gusto, maestro Marsalis. Mi nombre es Santiago, tengo 16 años y llevo 1 año estudiando la trompeta. Y mi pregunta sería si usted todavía siente nervios antes de los conciertos.
Okay. Now, I know you said you were 16. I know you said you've been studying trumpet for 1 year.
Yes.
But I didn't understand the question you asked me.
Okay. The question is if you feel nervous before to a show, to a concert, if you still feel nervous.
Whenever you're serious about something, you're nervous. It could be something simple as you get a gift, even for your mother, and you want to give that gift to your mother, and you want to thank your mother and say, Mama, I love you, and thank you for all you have done for me. You still get a little nervous. If you have to cook a meal for your friends, or you cook something, you're a little nervous. You want them to like it. So yes, I get nervous all the time because I want to really play really good all the time, even with my age, no matter how old you get. Still, when you play, you want to sound good. And there's always the possibility that you don't sound good. So the nervousness, I think, is good because it's a sign of humility. Now, sometimes nervousness is not good because you think everything relies on you. When you become really nervous in this way, look around at everyone else and understand you're not the only one playing. Everybody is playing. So when you realize you are a part of everything, it makes you to relax. Did that make sense, brother Santiago? Hermanito?
Gracias por su respuesta.
Gracias a ti.
And now, Diego, he plays the piano, he plays bass, double bass, and drums.
He got it all, the whole rhythm section.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Diego. I'm 16 years old, and I have been studying the double bass like 9 months ago, I think, or 10. And well, my question is, what was the process to become a director?
Tell me, when you say director, director of what? Director of qué?
The director of the big band, big band.
Well, I was at the beginning of the big band. So I started in the big band, and I was always the leader of bands, you know, from when I was little. I was always the leader of the band. And mainly, if you know the band and you know how to work with people and you inspire people to play and you have a way you want it to be played, it's very important. If you lead something, you have to have a sense of, I want us to play this way. And if you can keep the musicians interested in the music, then you can lead, you can have a band and you can lead it. So I recommend, even when you're young, because you play all the rhythm instruments, very important. The rhythm section is the greatest thing ever invented by jazz. There's nothing as great as the rhythm section. You get musicians together, teach them the arrangements, play gigs, put the songs in order, keep them interested in playing, and you'll become a director now. And as you grow older, you'll just keep directing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
So you should put your band together now. You get little work jobs wherever you can get them. It doesn't matter what they pay. Start right now. You know, no matter what level you're on, start right now, and you'll see as time passes. You get used to understanding all that comes with being a leader.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right.
And now she sings, she plays the guitar, she plays, sorry, the guitar and saxophone and violin.
Ooh.
It's amazing. She's 13 years old. She's Camila.
The great Camila.
Hi, Mr. Wynton. My name is Camila. I am 13 years old. I started studying the guitar since July of 2022. And my question is, who is your favorite jazz musician?
Oh, I have many favorites. If you give me an instrument, I will tell you some. What instrument would you like me?
Camila, que si le puedes
Okay.
decir algún instrumento en particular, porque tiene muchos.
Trumpet.
Well, Louis Armstrong. But also is a great Mexican trumpet player that I was friends with. named Chilo Moran.
Oh,
I want y'all to look up to see who is Chilo Moran. I was good friends with him. I loved him very much. And he really could play. Chilo could play.
thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck with your instruments. I love that you play many instruments. The violin, great. My wife plays violin. So I would love to hear you play. Guitar is great. And singing, my daughter sings. So I love it.
And now Luciano, he's 16 years old. He has a question about this to try to learn different instruments at the same time.
Hello, Mr. Wynton. I am Luciano. I'm 16 years old, and I have been learning trombone since January of last year. My question is, what would your advice be for someone who is learning 2 instruments or more at the same time?
Okay, all the instruments are related, right? It's like to learn different genres. What are the instruments you're learning? Okay.
Well, right now, trombone and guitar.
Okay, well, a guitar is a chord instrument, right? It's a rhythm harmony instrument. So guitar is a fundamental instrument like piano. Everybody should try to play a little bit of a rhythm harmony instrument. Okay, trombone is like in that low tenor and bass clef, like your voice. You should sing too. You got a nice heavy voice. Man, you'll be a great baritone or bass. I'm telling you. You gotta take advantage of that voice. Or be a disc jockey too. I put you on a radio show, man, you'll be famous. You know, so I think the trombone is a single line instrument and the guitar is a chord instrument. So just spend some time playing. One good thing you could do is accompany yourself on your telephone. If you have a telephone, play the chords and play everything to songs and then play the trombone, record it, and then play the recording and play the trombone back on top of it. That way you can bring your 2 instruments together.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, I want you to work on some singing too. I'm telling you, don't waste that voice. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's taking lessons of singing. He's singing.
He could sing with that voice. You could sing.
It's amazing.
One day I'm gonna be your manager one day, son. I need you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're right.
Another trombone, he's 13 years old, no, 14 years old, sorry. His name is Diego Galé.
Okay, Diego Galé.
Hola, buenos días, maestro Wynton. Yo soy Diego Galé, tengo 14 años de edad, estudio trombón desde los 7 años y mi pregunta es, ¿qué fue lo que le impulsó a crear la Lincoln Center Orquesta?
Okay. Yeah, just the beginning of it. I know he's 14. He's been playing for 7 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So was the question how to get in the orchestra, or what was the question?
Yeah, what prompted you to create the Lincoln Center Orchestra?
The need for a big band to play the contemporary music and also to play all the tradition, put all the tradition of the music together. Everything is like your family. If somebody is telling you all your friends have to be 14 years old or 16 years old or 17, and I say, well, wait a second. We got to get everybody together. We need to have people 80 years old and people 50 years old and people 13 and people 2. That's how we look at the music. We put all the music together so the whole family can be there. And that's why I wanted to start the big band, because I wanted to have a group that could play all the different styles of the music.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for your good question.
Gracias.
Gracias.
And now his name is Álvaro, and he's right now, I think that he's in Orlando, But
Oh, okay.
he's coming back to Mexico, or he's in the airport. I don't know. Where are you?
Okay, Alvaro.
Sí, estoy en el aeropuerto. I'm in the airport now. And so I'm Alvaro. I'm 17 years old, and I have been studying saxophone like 1 year, something like that. I'm so sorry for all this noise. My question is, what is the biggest difference for you between the career of the music and another careers?
Well, the career in music is very difficult because you're not sure you will be able to make a living on music. Whereas other careers is their jobs. If you work in programming computers or building games, or you're a cameraman, or if you're a nurse, or if you're in professions, have a lot of jobs. To be a musician, it's like to be a poet, or to be a filmmaker, or to be a dancer. It's a lot of competition, and it's very difficult. So I think we should go into these fields because we love them, not because they are professions. And then maybe we have it as a profession. But I feel like in the arts, we have to have a deep love for it. Like, my father was a musician, and he struggled a lot to work. Many years, he made no money, but he loved music. So from him, I learned the love of music. And if my father could see you all and see the band and see everything, he would get tears in his eyes because he loved the music so much. To see you all here, so he's passed away, but now I represent him. So when I graduated from high school, I had made really good grades. So all of my teachers said, don't go into music. Don't waste your mind on music. Because in the South, where I'm from, they don't respect music. They only respect business or professions that make money. And I asked my father, man, should I go into music, or what should I do? And he said, don't have anything to fall back on. So he made me laugh because I had seen him struggle, and his feeling was, there's nothing wrong with struggling. Your life, it doesn't have to be easy. If you love the music and you struggle with it, you'll be happy. And to have things is not what makes you happy. So I think, I don't think music is very difficult as a profession. But if you love it and you are called to do it, you got to do it.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck.
Now, Luciano, another Luciano, he's 14 years old. He's our drummer. He's amazing.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Luciano. I'm 14 years old. I studied the drums since I was 5 years old. And my question is, at some moment in your career, you felt you were not going to make it?
I still don't feel I'm going to make it. I'm still trying to make it. Yeah. No, I think because I grew up seeing my father really struggle to play gigs and not work sometimes, and my father could play. Maybe you Google him and you listen to him, you could see he could play. I was not afraid of not making it. I thought, hey, my daddy can play, and he struggled. To make it, I think, meant to learn how to play. Because that way, I didn't base if I was successful on if I was popular. And then I was free to do what I want to do. Because I could accept people like it or I make money or I don't make money. Even now, after all these years, the best decision I made was to not do things for money. Okay, when I didn't have money, I didn't need the money because I didn't have it. Once I made some more money, I didn't need the money because I made the money. So at any point, I didn't need the money. You don't miss something you never had, you know? So I think, do your parents play? You come from a musical family. No, you just picked it up yourself? That's fantastic. The drums is the most important instrument in jazz. The drums are the conductor, but the drummer has to be very, very, very intelligent. So to play drums, you have to study all the score and all the music. And you have to learn the lineage of the drummers. Learn the lineage, you know, the line. So there's a record of the earliest drummer. It's a drummer named Baby Dodds. He makes a recording called The Drum. I want you to check that out. At first, you're going to be bored because it's really old, but keep listening to it till you understand it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good luck.
And now she started with this project when she was 13 years old. Now she's 19 years old. Her name is Nisai, and she was the first Mexican woman that gave a masterclass in Berkeley when she was 14 years old.
Okay, I love it.
Hi, my name is Nisai. I'm 19 years old. I play the saxophone, the alto. And my question is, being the musician you are, do you feel a major responsibility with the genre?
That's a good question. I love the genre. So I don't feel the responsibility. Once, when I was young, maybe I was 11 years old, I have a little brother who, at this time, he was 2, but he is autistic. You know, with autism,
Yes.
but he's severely autistic. So we were at a parade in New Orleans with a lot of people running around, and my mother was carrying my little brother. So I see her struggling to carry my brother, you know? So I'm saying to her, Mama, let me carry him. Let me carry him. Then I see her at one point really make a big adjustment to carry him. So I tell her again, will you let me carry him? And she looks at me and she says, how heavy something is depends on how you feel about carrying it. So when I have some groceries, you come get those from me, but I can carry the baby. Do you see what I mean? So do I feel a responsibility? Yes, but I love it. So no, I don't. It's all what I wanted to do since I was 12 years old. And that was 50 years ago. So no, I'm happy to be a part of it. And I really like your name.
Oh, thank you.
That's a beautiful name. I look forward to hearing you play. And I appreciate you being interested in the music. The music needs you, and the music needs all of you, because we need young people with a good feeling, in a good sense, to kind of create change in the world, this positive change. Not the change of, look at what I discovered, but an internal soul, a change in the soul of it. And you know, I feel with you a very deep feeling. This feeling is very important. So always nurture that feeling and try to spread that feeling, because the world needs that.
Thank you.
Yes.
The next, his name is Pedro. He and his family, it's so important in Mexico because they play on the street. they play on the street. They play traditional music. That's the way that they gain the life. And he's 17 years old.
Well, I wish I could see him. I want you to teach me some traditional tunes, Pedro. I do.
Hola.
I need to know it. So, hola, it's good to talk to you.
Mi nombre es Pedro, tengo 17 años. Comencé a tocar la trompeta desde los 6 años. Y mi pregunta es,
Okay.
what motivates to compose music?
Okay, Pedro.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, let's take something very, very simple. Okay, you notice on this phone call that I understand how old somebody is and that I understand their name, but you also notice I never understand their question. So you tell me in Spanish your name and how old you are, but then when it comes to the question, you said that in English. Okay, that's composition.
Yeah.
You see, does that make sense? Can you tell him?
What motivates you to compose?
Right, no, I know the question.
Sorry.
The motivation comes from life. The motivation. You have something you want to say in music, because music is very internal, you know? Music is like a thought. Music is the art of the invisible. So you have a thought, you have an intention, you have a feeling, all things internal that no one can see. Then you can do in music. And what nobody can see, they can feel it because of music. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias.
Now she plays trumpet.
Much love to your family. Mucho amor y su familia.
Gracias.
Ashley, she's 13 years old.
Okay.
Hola, maestro, buenos días. Me llamo Ashley, tengo 13 años, estudio la trompeta desde febrero del año pasado y mi pregunta es, ¿qué significa el jazz para usted?
¿Qué significa es?
What does it mean jazz for you?
I mean, for me, jazz is a way of life. I grew up in jazz. I grew up in clubs. I'm from New Orleans. That's all that I know. Jazz is everything. It's a way to speak. It's a way to walk. It's a way to understand other people. It is a way to practice. It's a way to live. It's a set of songs. It's the blues form. It's a way of interacting, call and response with others. It's a collective improvisation and to create something together. It's a way of relaxation. It's a way to not judge other people because the jazz musicians are very non-judgmental, very relaxed. It's a magical way to make up things and to make something real that you think or you feel. It's a way to touch people. It's a way to work for people. It's a way to be humble. If you play third or fourth trumpet, you play under the lead trumpet. It's a way to learn to follow drums. It's a way to translate the world. I went around the world playing with different people and learning their music because I play jazz. And it is a practice. It is a way of perceiving the world that is deeply spiritual. Many, many things.
Everything.
Gracias.
Buenos días.
Now, Roberto.
Practice that trumpet.
Hi, maestro. I'm Roberto. I'm 22 years old, and I study classical and jazz piano. And it's a very pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. My question is, what do you think about manage or tolerate emotional pressure as music students?
When you say emotional pressure, what do you mean?
I refer, for example, I don't know, I have observed that at the highest levels of music, there are a lot of pressure for work. Or here with Pavel, he's an excellent professor, and it's very demanding to rise up to our best level. But I feel that sometimes it becomes difficult to receive this pressure.
Well, that's what makes it fun. Every person is different. Some people, they thrive on pressure. Some people know. It all depends on who we are. But when there's something difficult to do, for us to part of being a human being is that we aspire. You know what I'm saying? We aspire. Hey, I want to learn how to read this, or I want to run a marathon. I want to learn how to cook this, or I would like to learn how to swim, or I want to learn how to be more quiet when people are talking. Your whole life, you're working on something. You aspire. So your aspirations determine who you are. When you have a great professor and a great teacher, part of their greatness is demanding greatness from you. If they don't demand that from you, then we just have fun and have a good time. They're not teaching you. For me to teach you, I have to be teaching you something you don't know. There has to be some struggle. And it's a matter of degree. So for me, it was never enough, you know? The teachers never put pressure on me. I was always putting pressure on everybody because I want to learn how to play and be serious. So you weren't going to tell me, oh, learn these 5 exercises. I will go home and learn 10 exercises. You tell me, translate these things. I would translate all of the things because I want to be great at it. And some things I was good and some things not. But I'm serious. So for me, it was never, what you asked me to do was not going to be serious enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you a lot.
So when a teacher demands you to be better, many times it's because they are a good teacher. Pavel is a great teacher. Okay, I can tell just by how he listened to your questions. I've been in thousands of schools. I know I have a feeling and understanding. Sometimes a teacher can be destructive towards a student. They insult the students and terrorize them. This is not good teaching. But when a teacher is demanding, I expect this of you. I want you to do this. You need to practice this. You need to come prepared. That's a part of maturity. Part of being mature is to accept that there's an element of sacrifice that must come from you. And that's part of being to grow up. That's life.
That's life.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Handle your business.
And now Valeria.
Hello, Mr. Wynton. My name is Valeria. I am 14 years old. I have been studying the trombone 6 months. My question is, what has been the most difficult moment in your career?
In my career, well, once I had to have an operation on my lips. And then after I had the operation, I went back to play. Then I was 43 years old. So I had been playing a long time. When I went back to play, I could not get any sound. So I was like, then I had to relearn how to play. And you know, at first I thought, well, maybe I won't be able to play again. But for me, it was one of the best things that happened because when I learned how to play, I was pretty quick to develop things. You know, I could learn very quickly, have a natural ability. Now, at that age, I had to learn things very slowly. So it made me much better as a teacher, and it made me be much more humble. And it taught that, it took me maybe 5 years to get back. And even now, after all these years, my technique still is not like it was when I was younger. But I think overall it was good for me to get the humility of having to relearn how to play.
Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful question.
Now, David.
Hola, maestro Wynton. Mi nombre
Maestro.
es David. Tengo 11 años. Estudio el trombón desde hace 3 años. Y mi pregunta es, ¿cuál es su canción favorita?
What's my favorite song?
Yes.
That's the first question I've understood in Spanish. Thank you. I like all the songs. You know, I mean, you name a good song. I mean, I like many songs. So much good songs. So many good songs. When I was in high school, when I was 17, my band from New Orleans came to Mexico. This was our senior trip. And then I played in a bullfighting ring. I played the Virgin of Macarena. So I always liked this music. I like this piece, and I like the trumpet player, Rafael Mendez. So in my generation, many people listen to Rafael Mendez. And as many songs in every tradition I like, you know, the Mexican tradition, Irish tradition, South African tradition, German tradition, American tradition, Japanese tradition, many. Thank you for the question, but I like many songs.
Thank you. Finally, Abril.
Hello, my name is Abril. I'm 15. I have been studying the saxophone for 1 year and 4 months. My question, what do you think about couples work with their children and young people of Mexico?
Okay, it was breaking up. I couldn't really understand what the question was.
Okay, the question was, what do you think about the work that I'm doing in Mexico with the teenagers and children about the jazz?
I mean, it's difficult for me to explain to you all the depth of love I have for Pavel.
Yeah.
I've taught in thousands of schools. I told you my father was a teacher. What he is doing is so important. And the love he has for you all and what he translates to you is so much more important than music. It's a way of being a human being. So I have the deepest and most profound respect for him and what he is doing. And it's not just because it is jazz. It could be any style of music, this development style, but it is jazz. So I'm especially proud of him, and I love what he's doing, and I look forward to seeing you all. And I'm honored to be on this call today with you. And you don't know all the stuff he goes through to get people on these calls to speak to you all. He's calling people and, hey, can you get on this call? Can you do this for my students? Talk to these kids. He's staying on top of people. So I have deep, deep respect and love for him.
Thank you very much.
It's really true.
Thank you, Mr. Wynton. And well, I think that everybody asked, and I want to tell you that you are a great person. I know that your schedule is so tough, and thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, chicos, díganle gracias, abran todos sus micros.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wynton.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias, niños y niñas. Much respect and love. Pavel, we'll talk.
Yeah, we are going to in touch.
Buenos dias.
Buenos días. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Wynton.
Yeah.
Thank you.